What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Midnight Circuit Locals. I'm Mr. Midnight, and we are here for another week. I want to say this is our 5th event, but we're going strong. We actually had 12 people sign up for this, so we capped the event for the first time ever. However, I started the event to push pairings, and somebody dropped. So we are at 11 tonight. I still think that's going to be 4 rounds, which will be a first for us as well. I hope everybody's enjoying these locals. I know I am. I enjoy giving back and having a place for people to play. Even as small as a community as this is or has been for Midnight TCG, it's been super great to be able to connect with everybody and provide these locals and have this like one-on-one game time with everybody. So it's been really cool. Yeah, so we have a plethora of decks. I've seen Wing, I've seen CB, I've seen Red Blue, I've seen Banshees, I've seen Victory, I've seen a bunch of stuff, and it's going to be super good. We're going to have a very good night. We have, again, 11 participants. That is 5 tables right now. Was 6, but last minute somebody dropped, so here we are. So again, before we start, everybody is at their tables waiting to start, but before we get there, let's go ahead and take a look at our partners for the Midnight TCG channel. So as always, Misfit Games is definitely one of our biggest supporters, right? They helped us with our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. They will be helping us again when we hit 2K and so on. So go check out Misfit Games. They're a shop out in New York, local shop. Super great owner, super great TCG experience. Please go check them out, misfitgames.com. Order some product for them. Tell them Midnight TCG sent you. Also, Gundex. Gundex has been super cool. That is an app I use constantly, especially when things are coming out. Track my collection, track what my collection's worth. They're coming out with new folders for you guys to track decks. They have new affiliate links in there as well, my own as well as his own. Excuse me. And then also just a great place to be able to look at nice art of cards, because damn, these things look so good, right? So check out Gundex. If you guys have already downloaded that, go download that. Gundex is an amazing app to track your TCG, Gundam TCG collection. Dueling Guard and Dual Spec, 2 great partners I've been able to work with here recently. Amazing deck boxes, amazing dice. If you guys now have seen the Mech Effects dice that we did a video on the other day, please go check those out. Use code Midnight TCG when you are ordering from them. You get a 10% discount at both sites. Amazing artwork on their stuff, and super great companies to work with. So I'm very fortunate to have been afforded those opportunities with them. But yeah, so we are going to go ahead and hop into our first table, and we'll check this out. So I chose this table because I really wanted to see this CB deck go. So I'm gonna spoil that one for you. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into our first table. Okay. As you can see, technical difficulties already. There we go. There we go. All right, we got both tables down, and we will go ahead and push. Go ahead and push to start the game, and they are ready to go. Flash Radiant starter. So Flash Radiant starter was one of those starters that was like super high. People wanted to use that, and it's still not terrible. Like, I still very much enjoy that deck and those cards. It's just a matter of do you see what you need out of that versus does it play well with the rest of your stuff. So we're gonna go ahead, and we have on our left here, this is Exia TCG, and on the right here is Ty. Let's see if Ty submitted a deck list. No deck list here. It's probably in my DMs somewhere, but we're going to go ahead and... Oh, you know what? I do have it in my DMs. And I do have that picture right. This is a Neo Zeon deck, so even better. All right, so Exia already tapping 2 here. Ty's got a Rickdom out, and Exia is going to put his CB card that becomes a blocker. So not a blocker as of yet, but can get there, just in case. That is Gundam Virtue. And Ty with the improved technique to wipe it off the board. That's kind of a rough one. For some reason, you don't always see improved techniques. Like, even though you see they have 3 resources standing, sometimes you don't see that they just have an improved, like, in their hand. It's pretty hilarious, though. Like, I don't know how many times I've left up 3 resources and just nobody sees it. So Exia putting down the Gundam Exia and both Exias, actually red and purple. The red Exia I do actually like because, especially when you're playing against aggro, it's definitely awesome, you know? Destiny Savior. Destiny Savior, that actually sounds pretty damn good. I'll give you that. My hard part about Destiny Savior is that the card draw gets really wonky. So you never really know if you're going to get there or not, you know? Crazy Jay, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. All right, so Ty with the overflow and ditching Akira, which is not something you see most players do, actually. So Exia is going to go ahead and go into what looks like EX base. And he's in a block with the Rickdom. And he's going to hit Exia Link with Setsuna. And go into base and shield with the other Exia. And that is an Ale Strike. Wow, he must have been waiting for the block just in case. House is in the building, everybody. House. Smart play on Exia's part, though. He baited the block and then just went past him. So that's a different call than you see most players take. Again, everybody, if you guys want to hop in to Midnight Circuit Locals, please join the Discord and hop in with us because this happens every 2 weeks, and every 2 weeks we get a little bigger. I think after this event, I will up the cap. We will hit 16 players, and let's see if we can hit that one. We've hit this in 4 or 5 events. I think we can definitely do 16. So, all right. So he's in a Sword Strike Link into the Exia Link, destroy himself, and pop the Exia off the board. So he's essentially clearing board. Does it feel nice to trade that way? Not entirely sure, but it is what it is. So he's going to pop down a Type E armor, a GN armor Type E, which is a blocker, 5/4 big boy, and another Exia. Blue-White Unicorn. Yeah, Blue-White Unicorn is definitely solid, no matter what. Silver Bullet comes down. And a Striker Pack. So I imagine he's going to hit a 4/2 here. If he's gutsy enough. Let's see if he is. Got some gumption. Does he get that dog in him? Nope. There's a launcher. 2/4. Honestly, you don't see people play the 4/2 as much, but I mean, it happens, you know? Like, you get there eventually. When I see white or red, I'm not doing it. Any other color, 4/2's coming out. All right, so what's Exia going to do here? All right, armor type. Looks like swinging on shields. Is he going to take it? He's going to take it. That's a flat. That's not bad. Not a bad choice. If he has something in his hand to deal with it, definitely not a bad choice here. So Exia going in. He's going to block. He's got something. He's got another one. Pops it. Ooh, there it is. That's a combo. 2 more. So he's going to pop that launcher off the board with the first one. Yeah. Yeah, the first one would have did it. I think he did both thinking it was 1 damage, but it's 2. So he didn't have to do both, but, you know, the more bodies on board, the better. All right, so what's Ty's response here? What's he going to do about this? So we are at level 8, right? He's 1 away from getting his Neo Zeong out if he has it in his hand. So 2 for Rick Diaz. Good old Ricardo. And a improved technique to get one of those Exias off the board. And he's going to pass. So looks like he set himself up. He has 3 cards in hand. Looks like he's setting himself up for that Neo Zeong turn. Hopefully it's going to get him something. So Exia is going to swing shields. What's he going to do about it? Some block with the Rick Diaz. Two for an Exia. 4 for a Thrown Ein. And he's going to do 2 damage to the board. That won't affect the silver bullet. But that's okay, because he's still numbers up right now. So that's a good card. I think people sleep on. Thrown Ein is very good. Does it give you... Does it open yourself up for attacks? 100%. It could backfire on you. And somebody played that against me in a store championship, and it backfired on them, which is fine, but it's just one of those cards you have to be careful with. You're opening yourself up to attacks across the board. Yeah, Neo Zeong is rough. You have to essentially you need to go wide. If you're not going wide enough, you're not going to make it. So he's going to tap all 9 for the Neo Zeong. Is he going to do a pilot though? Yeah, there's a full frontal. So he does get to cheat something out if he's got it. He does. That's the Rosen Zulu. So on deployed, that's doing 1 damage. And something repair gets 3 damage. So he's basically going to pop the same unit off the board. I feel like that does 4 damage. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but it does the 1 damage on deploy for itself, which would have popped the armor. And then 3 damage for something else because of the Neo Zeong. So it would have done the 1 and the 3. Yep, and that's exactly what they did. Yeah, 4 damage. So that's crazy. That's a good little tech to be in there. So he essentially cleaned up 2 bodies for 1 card. And he passed turn. So Exia here, now on the back foot. However, there's still lots of time left in this game. We have about 19 minutes left in round, so definitely a lot of time to go. So he's going to take that Ale Strike out of shields. So he's going to hit another CB base. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. Sounds like lobotomy, but it's a lobotomist or something like that, so I'm good. And we see Kyrios into shields with first strike and another GN armor and the passive turn. So he's basically just finding a way to go around the bodies on the board. Yeah, basically Neo Zeong needs to sit there active and just do what he's got to do. So he's going to play the Kshatriya. That's doing 3 damage. That takes care of Exia. He's tapping a whole lot there. That is a Sananju. So he's popping 3 damage there as well. Does he have the full frontal though? That'd be a way to do it. So it looks like Rosen Zulu is swinging, but where? If he's swinging on Kyrios, that's a trade. So it looks like he was. So he blocks with his GN armor. Some would say that Neo Zeong is essentially the better wing. It's just harder to get. Like in that case, you'd want to play wing more than Neo Zeong, but Neo Zeong provides a long-lasting value, where wing is one-time value. So we see Trans Am come down with a Trinity. That's a pair. And just recently, because nobody really played that card when it came out, just recently I've been a victim of the Trans Am effect. It just pops 1 card. Pops it right off the board. And suppressing, you know, like it's like double whammy if you get hit by it. Yeah, so he's counting his trash because he knows what's going to happen with the Trans Am here. So, and the Trans Am has, what is that, 7 health now? Because of the Trinity. So it actually has 5 now, so he'd have to play 2 units to pop it off the board. So there's a Kira. He's pairing with the Sananju. And looks like he's going to pass. So Exia, 2 cards in hand. Suppression. Ooh. And bursts a base. Ouch. And he's going to go ahead and pop the Kshatriya off the board. So I believe it's the card with the lowest HP, sorry. Oh, wow, he's got another link in his hand. Jesus. Yep, and that's going to pop the Sananju. Wow. Oh, my God. So a double back-to-back Trans Am attack pops 2 cards off the board. Jeez. And it doesn't, and it's good because it doesn't exile any cards. It just takes whatever's there. So as long as he keeps those 10 cards in his trash, which he's going to because he's not exiling anything, he's popping things off the board on every swing. That's crazy. I wonder if he was holding that in his hand or if he drew into it, but damn. Damn, that was strong. Purple red CB, to me personally, that's the lesser of the 2, right? I prefer green red. However, this is nuts. Like we'll just go ahead and go with that. This is crazy that just happened. What we just witnessed. So it looks like Neo Zeon swinging sideways on the Exia Trans Am, so it'll take 6 damage there. And he has 2 close combats, which won't do enough. So that'll be game. Jeez, what a opening round. My God. All right, let's go ahead and head to table 5. We have a previous winner, Mr. Pink Jedi Guy. Let's see how this is working out for him. Oops. Technical difficulties. All right, so we have another red deck and a purple deck here. So this is Pink Jedi Guy and Chill Factor. So he's playing red-blue Neo Zeon, and Chill Factor here is playing a purple variant. I want to say it is Blurple, though. Yeah, double Trans Am was like the only way to get out of that. I agree. But damn, did he get out of it, you know? So looks like that's game. Let's go ahead and head over to table 6. This is Ben and Easy Does It, who was a late add to our tournament tonight. So we come into the game. Ben has a lot of cards in Shield still. And that'll be GG's here as well. So looks like oh, that was a Loran Unicorn. All right. Yeah, the Forbidden promo art's freaking sick. I love that one. Okay, so the only game left is table 1. Let's head over there. Keep having to flip this on you guys. I'm sorry. Red looks like red is one of our colors tonight, honestly, because red is basically taken all the games that we've seen so far. Like everything red that we've seen has been on top. So we see a Wing Zero on the right-hand side here, and a Kshatriya and Neo Zeon link with Merida. And in this game, we have Shin and Phoenix. Shin, again, if you guys remember, was our 1K giveaway winner. He's got some sick, what looks like sick custom resources there, so that's pretty nice. I like that. I think I agree with that. Red is trying to counter everything right now, but it's working. Like red white is working, and red blue's working. Red is like the color right now. So I think we've seen this before last set where red started to come back and combat all the blurple and the aggro. But I do believe that means that blue is coming back because if red starts popping off, then blue starts coming back with all the repair and all the extra card draw and everything. So red's going to burn and they're going to run out of cards, and blue and white are going to come up because obviously that's the counter. So this is a red-green Xeon deck versus the green-white wing deck. So yeah. And it looks like Phoenix is out of shields, but Shin could only do one attack. So he still has 3 shields up. So could this be Shin's game? Or does Wing have a way to come back here? So I see 2 shields being taken right now, but does he have a way to block? If he can't block, then it's definitely over. All right, so Wing into Kshatriya, bursting a base, oof. And a base that zero can't destroy because it doesn't have enough AP. That's not something you hear every day. All right, again, this is Wing 0 versus Red Green. So we see Kira going face there. There's a Wing. Oh, man. So he did have it. So he essentially needs to have a Link in his hand to be able to win here. Or another base. That took a drastic turn. So he got a Marita out of shields, and looks like Phoenix is going to pass here. Does Shin got it in him? Neo Zeong? Does he have a full frontal? He's got a Marita, and he's going to pass. So that's going to be game there too. All right. Well, he almost had it. We almost had a full red sweep of round 1. All right. Red takes the day, guys. Jeez. Red takes the day. All right, so that'll do it for round 1. We'll take a short, 30-second break, something like that, and get ready for round 2. All right, we are back, ready for some more action here. All right, so this will be another red versus green. I'm pretty excited about this one. Pink Jedi Guy is one of our master deck builders here in our Discord. And Phoenix is a well, he's a good wing player, so we'll see what happens here. So this is another red deck versus green deck. I want to say that Mr. Pink Jedi Guy here is on red white. No, he's on red blue, so even better. An even better matchup. So let's go ahead and change his picture here. And we're going to leave the wing, obviously. And then let's go ahead and give them the signal to start. How's everybody feeling about these matchups? Does everybody think about red making a comeback here? I really love red. Like, I was a blue-red player in set 1 and red-white player in set 2. Like, I love red. Blue took me away with the O, but, you know, I can't go back. Like, not that I can't go back, but, like, blue is definitely what feels right to me for the most part. All right, and we'll start round 2. Good luck to everybody, and let's see how this goes. Shamblo, Quibbly, and White Block was really Shamblo. See, I've dabbled in the Cubile, adding that to Neo Zeon, but it gets rough. It gets rough because like you never know if you're gonna be able to see it, if it's gonna work. Like, I don't know. Cubile felt hard enough playing it before, like last set, before Neo Zeon. So I don't know how well it'll go now. All right, so Pink Jedi Guy with the Zoloft. I know it's called like a Zolote, but Zoloft is what it is. Shamblo can be linked with the Expector. Really? Is it a, what is it, a Cyber New type link? So Phoenix here with the cards in hand, already up there. You posted your pools. I'll go look at your pools here at after the tournament too, because I want to see those. Cyber New type, huh? Yeah, I've literally never played Shamblo, like in any deck ever. Never even attempted to. Because back then, you know, it was unheard of to play a card like that high. So Pink Jedi Guy with the Corsica base. Get his Tall Geese out. And he's going to pass turn with that. So Phoenix here with the Ricardo on the board. So what's he going to do? He's somewhat in a hole, but not really. This is still definitely fightable. He's going to put the launcher out and pass turn with that. Yeah, Shamblo, Cubile, like, preference, I guess. Everybody's preference. But I definitely, I've been enjoying the Neo Zeon deck, but I just wish there was a little better mid game there because it gets rough. If you guys seen my videos, or you'll see my video tomorrow, playing Neo Zeon again, it's like you're on your back foot the whole game. All right, so Tall Geese is gonna go into base here. He's gonna go ahead and take that. Is there gonna be a second attack though? Because there we go, Kshatriya, Inspector. So we'll see the Inspector link here, and that'll go into shields. And what does Phoenix do with that? Yeah, so Inspector is a quietly good command card that is a command pilot, and he's an Earth Federation Cyber New type pilot. So anything Cyber New type trait link, he's going to go ahead and get, which is kind of crazy. So Inspector is a cheaper, lower to the ground, all range attack, but it only hits like level 2 and below, so it's basically only good for weenies. So if you don't use it in that case, you can just put it on a Cyber Newt type link trait card and swing face. So yeah, gotta put some respect on Inspector for damn sure. Put some respect on it, capital K. So he actually, so on that swing, while I was rambling, he bursted a hero, which you don't ever really want to give a wing player, but we always end up giving them, you know? Shang-Chi up in here, yeah. I'm dead. He has enough rings. That's cool, though. That's dope. I respect that. All right, so we had to charge the phone, and we're back at the action because it died. And we have a short pause in our game here. Looks like Phoenix's phone died. That's okay. Some Discord difficulties here. Because it's an Apple phone. It's not that bad. All right, so it looks like he had to jump back in the Discord call. The main enemy from Iron Man TV show. No idea. It would have been the Mandarin, if anything. All right, so we're looking at the stats of the Kshatriya Inspectors. That is a 4-5, 4 AP, 5 HP. So it can't be bounced here. So we're going to see Ale Strike Kira. That's going to bounce the Tall Geese token. And he's going to go into the Kish, but blocked by Zoloft. So that'll take 3 damage. That's it. Yeah, the Mandarin. Yeah. I liked it better in the movie when they had the bad Mandarin guy, but you know, it is what it is. Blue Zort. Yeah, Blue Zort. I like Zoloft. Makes him cooler, you know? All right, so Jedi Guy here making his decisions, seeing what he's going to do. I'd like to see Forbidden back out here. So Kshatriya turning sideways into shields. That's going to burst a Wing Gundam. That's a valuable card. So Gira Zulu. That's going to do 1 damage on deploy. So he's going to do 1 damage to the Rick Diaz. So 3 resources for the Rick Diaz. Or sorry, for the Gira. And that's going to be a close combat to get rid of the Ale Strike. And with that, he'll have to pass turn. So there's got to be a strategy as to why the 1 damage was on the Rick Diaz. So I'll give him that. But basically, the launcher can't destroy the Kish, and neither can the Rick Diaz. So he's going to have to find a way to get rid of these. If not, they're just going to keep eating at him. So he's going to overflow. And both units on Pink Jedi Guy's side here, basically having no damage. Kish survived 2 turns basically now. No damage. So that's a underground base he's going to ditch. Not a lot of aggression from the wing player today. He's basically been on the defensive so far, which is kind of how you win that matchup. If anybody ever has played wing often enough, you basically just rush him down. And even if you're playing a blocker deck, you beat wing by being faster than wing. All right, so he's going to tap 4 here, 2 for a striker and 2 for a flat. So going full defense mode. Yeah, there's no mid game for both, which is, it's so rough not having a mid game. Oh, and here we go. We got the 4/2 token out. Sword Strike is making its way to the field. So, how does Pink Jedi Guy respond to this? What do you think? Phoenix only having 5 cards in hand. I'm going to go ahead and bank that there's a wing link in there / a 0. Which is why he's not playing that much mid-game. So Kshatriya is going to swing on shields, just waiting for something to block. All right, so there goes Ricky D. So 3 damage on Kshatriya there. All right, we see Kshatriya and Merida come down for a link. So that'll ping 2. I'm assuming 1 on the Sword Strike, another on probably the launcher, but yeah, there it is. And then that's an easy 2 bodies right there. That's the thing about Kshatriya. You're almost guaranteed to get 2 units just on deploy and swing, like almost guaranteed. So he's gonna swing shields, popping the sword strike off. And no block, but bursting a wing 0 there. And the Gira staying active, no swing. I imagine that's because there's no trade value there. So essentially, if he swings it, he doesn't kill anything and doesn't get any value out of that. So Phoenix playing the Peace Million here. So as I always say, when you see a Peace Million, you're gonna see a Wing Gundam link or a something wing related link, because there's no way. And there's no way. So we see an Hail Strike pair with Hero, and he can either bounce the link or the Gira, and it looks like the Gira's down. And he's tapped out. So now the question is, does he double swing to take care of the Kshatriya? Because he would have to give up both of those bodies to take out that LR. Now, that's bad value, but like sometimes you just gotta, you know? All right, so flat's gonna go into the Baby Kish, and they'll pass turn with that. 4 cards in hand. So Jedi Guy hitting level 7, looks like. 5 cards in hand, so it'll be 6. So level 7, 6 cards in hand. And we are 2 levels away from getting Neo Zeong. I like that we've shifted from waiting out Wing 0 to now waiting out Neo Zeong. Like now we care more about rushing before level 9 than we did level 8 before. All right, so we see the promo Forbidden Gundam here. I need to get a winner card of that. Like, I'm just praying that when I win a local, I'm getting that one. I still have yet to get it. Exia didn't see any links. Oof. Did you just drop your game, my guy? You did. Damn. Your luck ran out in round 1, huh? Yeah. It happens. That I feel that. All right, so Kshatriya going in to shields. Let's see what they do. Did they block? Did they let it go? I feel like you got to block this. You got to. Yeah, trade. Yeah, so Ail Strike trading with the Kshatriya. And passes turn. So he still has the Forbidden up. Phoenix here now level 7 after burning EX. Well, let's see what else happens here. All right, so we see 2 for a Lifrith. Got to see some aggression. This game is I don't want to say slow, but we are not going as hard as I thought we'd be in this matchup. I think he did, but I also think that he pinged the ale. So for all intents and purposes, we'll go with he pinged the ale. All right, so we have 2 tables out of 5 already complete. Yeah, he pinged the AO and he blocked. Yeah, see? Pink Jedi guy in the comments while he's on stream. That's funny. All right, so level 8 now. We are on level watch. While Phoenix here went with the Kira on the launcher. So Pink Jedi guy with the kind-hearted. Get an extra draw. Phoenix has 4 cards in hand, and Pink Jedi guy passed. So he must be waiting on his Neo Zeong turn because he's got 6 cards in hand and he passed. But, you know, again, like, look at the board state, right? He's got 5 shields and a base. So it looks like launcher into base. No block there. Justice Gundam coming down, so we'll get the Fatum. And looks like he will pass. Or action, sorry. There's an action step there. So close combat for the Fatum token. And a pass. Yeah, the inspector card pings everything level 2 below. So Neo Zeong full frontal. Does he have something to put out with the full frontal pair? That's the question. Yes, he does. So that is 1 ping. That's 4 ping. That's 6 ping. So you're getting 3 for the Neo Zeong. You're getting another 3 for the unit. And then the unit does 1 on deploy. So that's 6, 7. That's 7 damage. That's nuts. That's crazy. So for any Neo Zeong non-believers, there you go. That's why you run those cards in this deck. And surprisingly, he got there fairly easily. I mean, being aggressive, taking care of board while also pushing shields, there was almost no way that the wing player was going to stand against that. I mean, as you can see, he's been on the defensive this entire game. We have not seen 1 wing link, which is probably a reason as to why he's been on defensive. But Pink Jedi guy has basically been able to build his board, hold control over the board, and then continue to push past the shields and the bases that Phoenix has been putting down. So red is up. We are all the way up right now with red. Yeah, blocker slop wing decks have to win in the late game. Now, Neo Zeong is going to win in the late game, but it's going to basically put them on the brink of losing before then. And his hand size was pretty large. So he actually has 3 cards in hand now. So we see Wing Gundam with the Hero Link. All right, let's see if he can battle his way out of this. Yeah, you do. When you're facing a Neo Zeong deck, you want to be aggressive. Like, you want them to be on their back foot more than you're on yours. And, you know, going against a couple of them and playing with it, you basically, like, if they're going wide, it makes it harder for you to set up your board, set up everything else for Neo Zeong. So when you're playing against it, you want to go wide as possible. All right, so Fatum going into shields, that's a Merida, back to hand. And he's going to pass turn there. Jeez. Oh, man. So another Neo Zeong and another full frontal. So that's another 6 damage. No, not 6 damage. Oh, yeah, that is 6 damage. So 3 for Neo Zeong, 3 for the other Neo Zeong, and then 3 more for the Kshatriya he just cheated out of his hand with full frontal. Jeez. Cleans up the Wing Zero without touching it. Wow. So 9 damage. That's crazy. 9 damage on the board all at once. And then the Merida link with the Kshatriya as well. So Kshatriya looks like it's going to base. It won't clear it though. Pinging 1. So Neo Zeong going into base. Other Neo Zeong going into base. That is a unicorn. Out of shields. That play was nasty. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. 12 damage. Would it be 12 damage? I believe so, actually. I think that would be 12 damage. Because you would get the 3 for the Neo Zeong being played, the other 3 for the Neo Zeong, and then both Neo Zeong would get the 3 for the Kshatriya. So yeah, that would be 12. That's disgusting. Wow. Okay, so we are this is a little nutty. And I think that's going to be that. He's going to scoop there. Wow. Yeah, 12. 12 damage in 1 turn. With 3 minutes in round to spare. Pink Jedi guy with the win. All right, so before we cut to our next break, let's take a look at our standings here. All right, so Pink Jedi guy here with the clear lead. And then you got Mikey, and then Ichigo, and Chill Factor in 4th. So guaranteed 2 more rounds. We have 3 undefeateds, but Pink Jedi guy making it known that he knows what he's doing with this Zeong deck, because damn, was that a crazy setup. you have 2 of the same effect on board, activate simultaneously, you activate 1 of them. Okay, so not 12. We'll definitely go fact check all that because I mean I'm pretty sure we only seen him do 9 damage anyways, but if there was a second one that'd be disgusting. It'd be a little too much. So probably right. All right, and then Phoenix with the loss, so he's gonna drop down to 5th. Random Hero at 6. Exia, which is our CB player, lost in the second round, so he's going to drop to 7th. And then Easy Does It, Shin rounds out the 8 and 9. So we are going to go ahead and take a small 30-second break, and then we'll be back with round 3. All right, we are back with our next round. That's an easier way of doing that. Hell yeah. We're back with our next round. Let's go ahead and take a look at the round. See who's playing who. So we have Ichigo and Jedi Guy at table 1. Ichigo actually had a bye in round 1 because he was facing our dropped player. So this is going to be table 1. Table 2 is what we're going to watch. That is Rooftop Mikey and Chill Factor. Table 3, Random Hero and Shin. And then table 4, Easy Does It and Phoenix. So Rooftop Mikey here actually is going to be on a Blurple deck. And Mr. Chill Factor is also going to be on a Blurple deck. So we're going to see how this shapes up because this might be a little faster than we thought we would have. So let's go ahead and get the round started. And good luck to both players. So Blurple on Blurple. Not something we normally have on the stream, but hey, first time for everything, right? Ban him. We can't ban nobody yet. It's too soon, too early in the game. All right, so Mikey here with the double gym And chill factor here with the Zaka Warrior, Grace Custom, and Gun Tank. Gun Tank with no target right now, so you're not getting the value out of that, but you are getting something that is a body. The question is, which one of these two players is going to have the Amuro link first? Who's going to do it? So we see a Roselle and a Hezak going down. This is going to be a quick one, guys. All right, so he's going to break base, move into shields. Whole lot of nothing there. We see the first form come down. Mikazuki on top. Ping himself and ping the Roselle, and he's going to swing and draw. Out of shields is a Corsica. I wonder if this build is the one that is running the only 2 Corsicas. We'll see. So we are now level 4. This is the Amuro turn. And chill factor here with the advantage because he's broken into the shields first. Probably 2 Corsicas. Probably. You're probably right. All right, so some thought process here from Mikey. He's going to go shields. That is an Anksha. Roselle turning sideways. Thinking. So for anybody who has not had a lot of experience against Blurple players, if you see them hesitating on level 4, odds are they don't have what they need to complete that game before level 5. So it's just one of those things that, like, you have to know that they don't got it, you know? So if you're playing blockers or whatever it is, you got to see that. So he's in a double Mikazuki here, the first form off the board. And what does he do with the rest of his board? Let's see. So chill factor here, ready to pick up his shields. Jim into shields, that's a gun tank. Other Jim into shields, that is a sword impulse. And Roselle gives him an Amuro. Thank you, Montrell. So the 9 damage was the correct response. So we'll check in with Pink Jedi Guy after the game to see exactly if that's exactly what he thought he did, which that's what we all seen, so I'm going to say that it was. NT1 Amuro Link. So he'll ping. What's he pinging? Swinging. Ooh, bursting the base. That hurts. That hurts because you have your little guys first, you know? Here, let me check into them, see what he pinged with the NT1. All right, so he pinged the GM off the board, so I had to go make sure that was done. So he drew off the ping because he destroyed it, and now he's trading weenie for weenie. All right, so Mikey in a tough spot here, though. He's got nothing but a base down. He doesn't have enough to win unless he has a link in his hand that he's been saving. Which most likely the Blurple players keep a link in their hand till the very end. So GM swinging shields, that is a base. He could clear that base here. And that is a Gundam link for game. Blurple doing what Blurple be doing. We definitely seen that one coming. So Mikey with the quick win. Let's go ahead and head to table 3. All right, so this is Random Hero versus Shin. Random Hero's board state is hard to see, so I apologize on that, but we will work with that for now. So he has an O, unlinked and unpaired, with a Lifrith down. And Corsica coming in, so that was a Nail Origami he just picked up. So the O swinging in, that is a bird mode. And for those of you that don't know, bird mode is a quiet, really good tech in a Neo Zeong deck. Like, I've played against that on MSA, I don't know how many times, and it's hurtful because they get there so fast. And by like level 6, you're like, why is Neo Zeong out right now? What am I supposed to do? And the rest of the game is just trouble. So Zaku being the only card out right now. Let's see. We still have 22 minutes around, so those guys were done in 6 minutes. That Blurple game. All right, so Shin went ahead and passed. Random Hero here with the Show Resolve. Looks like Shin is basically almost there. That is a close combat out of shields. So he's going to put his 2 damage on the Sword Strike. What's Random Hero's response, though? So 4 for an Ale Strike. The O gone ahead and swing in. That's a Neo Zeong out of shields. And he's going to pass. So Random Hero here with a good board state. Lifrith, Ale Strike, Sword Strike, and the O. 3 cards in hand, though. But looking pretty healthy. It's got 4 shields, a Corsica base that bursted. No problems. Again, guys, if you guys want to participate in Midnight Circuit Locals, join the Discord. I post the events up there. I'm now posting them on Facebook and the Gundam Card Game Discord. Definitely hop in these locals. Next one, I will up the cap to 16 because we hit our cap today. So I'll up the cap to 16, and as interest grows, we'll keep going. All right, so we see a Kshatriya with a full frontal, and then the other new Neo Zeon card, the 4/3, with a improved technique coming out. So the technique should take care of, looks like the Lifrith's going to go, or it's going to be put on the Lifrith here. Yeah, he didn't have enough in trash to take care of the Ale Strike. All right, so he's going to pass. Random hero here. Let's get this man set up with the correct card. How about that? How about we take care of our players here, yeah? So the O is going to swing in after the Lifrith. Does he have anything to play? And Ale Strike. Swinging in. Bird mode. All right, there's no protection here. Does he have a link for it? Ale Strike. And another Ale Strike. SP Ale Strike. Beautiful card. And a Zoloft for some added protection. He's going to pass. So Shin here in a hole. I don't know how he gets out of this one. So there's another Neo Zeon card. I believe that's like Schluss with the full frontal. So that was now a 6/5 body. So Zaku 2 swinging in. What's he swinging for? He's got to be cleaning up board here. It's basically the only thing he should be able to do. So, yep, so there goes an Ale Strike. Let's see, he's got 3 more swings here. Keep cleaning. Okay, so Zoloft's going to block that. 3 damage there, so he's got 2 left. All right, Kasatra is swinging in. I imagine into the O. That'd be my choice here. Is there a server for webcam battles? What do you mean, is there a server? Like in our Discord, do we have something for just playing randomly? All right, yep, so you took care of the O. And there's a bird mode. But it looks like that'll be game. So he's got to do the effect. But he's going to go ahead and scoop there. And a random hero taking the win with the O. Love to see that happen. All right, so let's see who else is playing here. Looks like our table 4 matchup. Let's go to table 1. Let's head to table 1. All right, so this is Ichigo and Pink Jedi Guy. And whoa, is this a Oops All Char deck? Is that what I see here? Yeah, 16 player plus. We'll definitely need some judges like nightly. So yeah, we'll look into that. Yeah, Hobby 1, man. Jump in the Discord. We have a tag for people who want to play randomly. So you just hit the tag, people answer, and then we just start playing. But yeah, we play all the time, all the time. Definitely come hang out, come play some games randomly. Usually after locals, I'll play a game or two with the winner or whoever wants to play, but we'll hang out. So Neo Zeon coming down and getting rid of, I want to say that was a Barzam. So Jedi Guy going into shields now. That was a Zeon. Forbidden into shields for another Zaku. promo art Zaku. That is a Charge Zaku 2. Neo Zeong in for another Zaku, and that'll... I mean, well, actually, he can't swing one for another unit, so not really. But I think they're going to scoop. He can't swing for game here, but he can scoop it up. And I think that's what he's going to do. Yeah, that is an Oops All Char deck, and it has gotten him 3 wins so far, so I'm going to give him that credit. So that's going to be game here. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our rankings because I believe that's all the games. Table 4 is not done, so let's head to table 4. All right, so we have our wing player, Phoenix, on the left-hand side, and a Providence player. Fun fact, the deck on the right-hand side of the screen is the deck list that we did a feature about a couple weeks ago. Same deck. Love to see that because that Freedom deck, or this Providence deck, is awesome. If you guys haven't played with it, go play with it. Go try it out. Forbidden Gundam does have the same stats. Forbidden Gundam's weird. Like, just like Perfect Strike is. Like, you want to play Perfect and or Forbidden, but Silver Bullet is better because it can't take the ping, which is needed in the aggro world right now. And it doesn't take the damage against little guys when you're attacking with it, but I don't know. Like, I still am partial to Perfect Strike because it does get the bounce of the 1 HP bodies. So especially in the token world that we're living in right now, you can bounce a token easily. I don't know. I'm still super partial to Perfect Strike. But, you know, Silver Bullet does have a sick alt art. I love that card. So we see Zaft base. So he's going to pump the Providence up. So that's swinging for 8. So it'll do 2 damage on swing. And the good thing about Providence is that it's most likely trading into a body and taking out a second body. I don't know how many times I've had a Providence link on board, and I'm swinging into something with 5 AP, destroying it, living, and popping something else off the board on the turn it's played. So it's just one of those cards like you just get maximum value at when you see it. The problem is that Rao doesn't give you any other value in the deck aside from when it's on Providence, unless you're going to stick it on like a AL Strike. But 9 times out of 10, because you're only using 2 Rao, you're not going to do that. Like, you're just holding it, which can, you know, with 3 Providence in deck can be a dead card in hand. However, when you get to use it, you really use it. So it does get its use. It's just a matter of how much you're really going to be able to get out of that. So he's swinging. So let's choose where our 2 damage is going to go. So the 2 damage is going to go, looks like the Fatum. He's in a clear base, which Phoenix allowed, so no block there. I'm assuming he's going to block the G-Quux, because that's an easy one. All right, so 3 resources sideways for Aegis, 1 for the Atherin link. That's important. That's going to do 3 damage to basically that unicorn that's sitting down there. So he's going to swing. most likely shields, and or this Justice. Pop the 3 damage on the Unicorn, in my opinion. But, you know, we'll see what he puts it. He's going to put it on the Wing. Yeah, and into Justice. So that makes a Wing attack lethal for the Wing because it's going to die on swing. So Lifrith into shields, looks like. He's going to block with his Lifrith. That's Lifrith on Lifrith Crime. Lifrith into shields, and that is a graceful demeanor. So he's going to bounce the remaining 2. Not terrible because he can basically just put him back down. So there's 1. And he's in a close combat. The Wing. Nice. And G-Quux to shields. Okay, that's a Wing. Let's get 1 more shield out of there. Yep. That is a Wing 0. All right. So as you guys can see, this Providence deck is lethal when you let it go. I'm partial though. Like it's done well for me too, as well as my friend. Yeah, it's done well. So still 4 cards in hand. So all of our other games are finished. So we'll be set up for what looks like a blue-red versus Blurple finals. That's going to be fun. Pink Jedi Guy, I know you're watching the stream now, so go ahead and prepare for that. All right, so the Wing player, let's see. There's a Zaft base here, up 6 HP, 3 shields, 1 blocker between them. None of his bodies on board can break the base. None of his bodies on board can kill what's on board. So we are kind of at a standstill if he doesn't have a pilot. So that's for any TCG player, looking at the board and knowing that you can't clean it up with what you have in hand is somewhat sickening sometimes, because you're sitting there, you're like, wow, what am I supposed to do with this? So we'll see Kira on a Lifrith. All right, so Kira swinging in to the Lifrith. Oh, he's swinging into the base, -2 on the Lifrith. Okay. So he's got 4 damage on the base. There's 2 to go. We see Kira on the Unicorn. Where is he swinging? Into Providence, but it still dies because it only had about 4 damage left, or 4 health left now with the addition of Kira. So it does die, but he is able to make a trade. And Lifrith into, I'm assuming Lifrith. And or base. Okay, so I want to say he was baiting the Lifrith block and couldn't get it. But that's probably going to be game here. So unless he bursts something good. Yeah, that's going to be game. Providence with the win against Wing Gundam with the Nyan in hand. Nice. So yeah, again, you know, rush down Wing and get it done. Okay. So easy does it's going to take the win there. Let's go ahead and take a look at our standings. All right, so Rooftop Mikey and Pink Jedi Guy are our final two undefeateds here. Easy does it. Sorry, Random Hero third. That was our O player we watched here in a minute ago. Easy does it right now. Just takes the win against Phoenix with the Providence deck. Ichigo with the win. Or sorry, the loss to Pink Jedi Guy. And then Chill Factor Phoenix with the 2 straight round loss right now. Hard to be a wing player out here in the Sea of Red. And then Ben and Shin and Exio with 1 win apiece. So we are seeing lots of red, and I love to see it. We'll go ahead and push our final round. So Pink Jedi Guy will face Rooftop Mikey here in our final round. That is, again, Blue-Red Neo Zeong versus Blurple. So that's going to be, I'm going to say that's exciting because I want to see how Neo Zeong is going to perform against the Rush. So we'll go ahead and head over to table 1. And we'll come back, right? Talk about our sponsors one more time. So Misfit Games, right? If you guys looking for cards, looking for product, please go check out Misfit Games, misfitgames.com. Super great card shop who took a chance on supporting us. They were the first supporter of the channel and helped us with our giveaway, and they will be here forever. So I appreciate them and what they do for us. Go check them out, get some product off of them. Gundex. Gundex collection app for your guys' cards gives you your value of your collection, which is super crucial when sometimes when you have to get rid of those LR pluses to get what you know, sometimes we want to get GDO 5. We're saving for that. So I know a lot of us are skipping or not buying as much of the EB set that's coming out, but GDO 5 is going to be huge. So if you guys want to value your collection just in case, hit up Gundex, go download that app, and get a lock-in on everything you have and what you need so that when it comes time for it, you know what you want to get. And then Dueling Guard and Dual Spec, please check those out. Code Midnight TCG on both sites. Get yourself 10% off deck boxes, play mats, get some Mech Effects dice. We will be giving ours away. However, that is not going to happen for another week. So go get yourself them if you don't want to enter a giveaway. Super great companies. I love their products. They're beautiful. And the quality of them is unmatched. Like, they're crazy good. So check those out. But yeah, our partners are special. We're getting more of them. We're going to have more stuff to give away, more stuff to talk about. But hit these guys up. Definitely check them out. The affiliate links are in the Discord. I will put out a link tree on my social medias here soon. We are on Instagram now, so go follow Midnight TCG on Instagram if you guys are not. But yeah, it's been a really exciting time here at Midnight TCG. Lots of stuff happening, lots of stuff growing. As you can see, the product behind me is building up. So there's lots of things going on. So we'll get back to the gameplay. All right. This is, again, Pink Jedi Guy on the right side and our Blurple player on the left side. And we'll get the round started here in a minute. Let them get set up before we hit them with the You May Begins. Providence has just so much card advantage late game. Yeah, Providence is one of those cards that if they haven't been on their back foot the whole game, they're going to win late game. I don't know how many times I've fought in the mid game or in the early game to stabilize in the mid game and build in the late game, that there's no answer for what you have on the field. Especially with the addition of Nyan to that deck, just the possibility of having a G-Quux Link for game is insane. Like, I did that to a Blurple player before. I don't know how I got that far into the Blurple game, but I did, and I won off that last swing. So it's definitely one of those decks you need to watch out for. So all right, so we're gonna go ahead and start. And looks like our Blurple player chose to go first, won the dice roll. Never like to see that, but it is what it is. So Pink Jedi guy here going second and passing, so nothing to play out. Let's get these cards right here. All right, so we do see a Zoloft here come out, and nothing on the Blurple side is, I want to say, concerning. You don't normally see them not have something out on level 2. So I wonder if they mulliganed to be able to get their Amuro Link. So Mikey with the Rizal play, first card out. Jedi guy here, level 4. And let's see what he comes up with, because this is definitely going to be interesting to see if he has enough burn or enough blockers to take care of this. And he's going to show. So show resolve takes up really his only 3 standing resources, and he's going to pass. You know, and again, at this point, this is somewhat okay because the Blurple player has not already established that they have the weenies. So with him not having a bigger board than he already does, you know he's behind. So he's going to go ahead and Amuro. And that's going to rest the Zoloft. For all 3 of those cards on the left. So yeah, all the cards on the left hand of the screen are regular resources. On the right hand of the screen, you have the 1 EX resource, which is our player that went second. Okay, so Mikey with the first form Mikazuki Link, putting 1 damage on the Zoloft. Let's see. Let's see him put the dice on it. All right, let me remind them. Okay, yeah, so we got that settled. All right, so we see the Kshatriya Link come down. That should be able to take care of the first form, actually. So he's going to do the 1 damage to both. And actually, this should be able to clean up the entire board. Swinging on base, popping the first form, and then the Zoloft into the Rizal and passing. So very stable here. And I think that once you've already stabilized against Blurple this early, it's almost a lock that the Blurple is not going to get what the Blurple is going to get. But we'll see. We still have some game left. It's not uncommon for Blurple to come back, but we do see a Gundam Link come down. And he's going to swing shields with the Gundam Link. That's an Inspector out of shields. and 1 for a gun tank, so 1 damage on the Kshatriya. And he'll pass turn with that. So now he's at level 5 because he burned his EX for the Kshatriya link. Looks like Blurple player only has 2 cards in hand. So I think that our Zeong player may have just stabilized the game. So Forbidden Gundam coming down. And Kshatriya is going to go into shields, pinging the gun tank and passing turn. So let's see if our Blurple player can come back here. Pink Jedi Guy's got 7 cards in hand. He is well into what's going on here. And for those of you that don't know, Pink Jedi Guy is an official Gundam card game judge. So I did forget that in that previous game we were talking about all the damage. If anybody would know, he would know. So he is a judge of the game. He is one of our judges in the Discord. We have 2 total. So if anybody out there is a judge and is not in the Discord, please let me know. As we go into tournament play, I will need judges, and there will be compensation for that. All right, so Mikey tapping 3 for a Gundam, tapping 4 for a Mikazuki. So he is doing that for the ping / AP boost. So now this gun tank here is doing 3 damage. And gun tank attempting to trade into Kshatriya, looks like. That's a 100 IQ play. Okay, but he does have these 2 resources up. So does he have a close call? And he does. So let's just go ahead and negate that. All right, so he still has 1 swing if he wants to go for it. And the good thing about this matchup is that this could have been done already. If Mikey would have had the weenie drops, we'd be well into Jedi Guy fighting for his life right now. But because of whatever it is he chose to mulligan out of or into, we're in a predicament where the red-blue player is very stable. Very stable. So he's going to play with the Roselle and pass. So we are back to the red-blue Zeong. No, there's no lag between them. They're just playing the game. Sometimes it's not as fast as you'd like, especially, and I'll give it that, especially from the Blurple player. Blurple players are not used to playing from behind like this, so normally they're just slapping cards down and moving along, and game's over in a couple minutes. So when Blurple players get into the late game, they do tend to play slower because they're not used to playing in those late game where they have to like think about what's going to swing and what's not. So I'm not saying they're any they definitely know how to play the card game and they're good at it because of what they play, but it's not easy decisions that they got to make once they get into the late game because they're either trading everything or they're attempting to swing past it, which is going to cause a trade, So it's like, do I want to give up my whole board or just some of it? And now Jedi Guy put the Forbidden Gundam down with the Inspector pair. So that's going to be, now make it a 5-5. And Kshatriya is swinging in on board, or on shields. Basically unchecked here. Like, there's nothing stopping the Kshatriya unless he's going to trade his units. I was here. Where were you? Where were you when they built the ladder to heaven? All right, Mikey with the Corsica. So he should be getting a tall geese here. All right, looks like he's going to pass, so he doesn't want to swing the Gundams. One of them's going to trade. I would say swing it, you know, get the bodies off the board. There we go. Gundam into shields, possibly Kshatriya for the trade. Let's see what Jedi Guy's going to do with that. He's going to take it, so that's Kshatriya out of shields. I wonder if he's building up for a Banshee link, but we'll see. So the second Gundam swing is going to get blocked by the Forbidden that has the Inspector on it. And he's going to Angsha, putting the 1 damage on the Kshatriya. So that thing's getting chipped away at turn by turn. But it is putting in work of its own. So he's going to play the Angsha and the Hirakurin and pass. So he's somewhat battled back enough to go wide. And unless Pink Jedi Guy's got more burn or more blockers, he could very well sneak up and win this game right now. 1 card in hand also. So the resolve of our Blurple player Mikey here is great. All right, so Kshatriya paired with Inspector, so he'll get his double ping there. So 1 on Tall Geese, 1 on Hirakurin, and then swinging on base here, he'll pop the Tall Geese. So that's a good play. All right, 6 HP base. That's hard to get out of. So looks like he has 1 left, 1 resource up. And I wonder if he's ready to trade his Kshatriya. So he's going base, doing the 1 damage to the Tall Geese, popping that off the board. Looks like Mikey is ready for his turn. He's ready to draw any second here. All right, so he does. 2 cards in hand. If he has an Amuro, he could win the game. He'd have to have a link, actually. So he'd be about 1 attack shy. So he's at level 7. So level 8 next turn. So Angsha swinging in. Where's he going? Forbidden's going to block. So that'd be 4. That'd be a trade, yeah. Yep. Gundam swinging on base. What does he do with Hirakurin? Let's see. Hirakurin on shields. That is a Corsica. That's hurtful. That makes it just a little harder right now because he could basically get wiped out. And Anksha and a Grace Custom come down. Those are his last 2 cards in hand. And let's see how Jedi Guy responds. So on the end turn action, he's going to Kind Heart, which will give him another card. So we are at level 8 now. So we're not in Neo Zeong territory just yet. So it looks like Neo Zeong's Kshatriya is trading with the Gundam finally. That thing lasted a good amount of the game. That's some value. It is pinging the Hirakurin. So the Gira popping down, doing the 1 damage on the Hirakurin, taking that out. And another Forbidden. That's hurtful. So it's basically making it impossible for Mikey to be able to even swing on that base. And he's going to go into shields with the Kshatriya, and he's going to not burst, but he's going to get a gun tank out of there. So what does Mikey do? If he doesn't swing and try, he's dead next turn if he doesn't burst to base. But I believe this is going to be it. So he's doing 2 damage to the base there, 3 damage with the base there. And he's going to block that, so he's got 3 there. And last card is an adapt, so he'll ping the Forbidden off the board. Okay. All right, we got some hope here. So we are at level 9. We're at level 9. He made it. Let's see if he plays it. Show Resolve. So no Neo Zeong. He must not have it. Exia 2/2 with red purple is not bad. Not bad at all. I might just clip your double Trans Am move and post that because that was crazy. Okay, so we see the Zoloft hitting the board. We see the Zulu and Kshatriya swinging. So he did burst a base. That's nuts. Okay, so Mikey, we have a possible chance here. Eagle, how's it going? How's it going? You're catching the last round. Eagle X Gaming, everybody. So unless he has a pilot in his hand, I don't know how he's getting out of this one. Okay, so Grace Custom swinging in. On the Zulu. Yeah, I feel that. Works killing us all slowly. Okay, adapt swing in also with the block of Zoloft. And he has a white base and a gym. Okay. Tonight was good. We hit our player cap for the first time, and then one dropped as we started. So so we hit our player cap of 12. But that looks like he's gonna scoop there. He was gonna play the Banshee Merida Link for the double swing, and that's gonna do it. So red blue Neo Zeong is gonna be our winner tonight. Pink Jedi Guy taking his second Circuit Locals win. Let's see. We still have match going at table 5, so let's go ahead there. Okay, so this is our red-white player from earlier today and our unicorn player on the left side. We have not seen a lot of. Let's get a unicorn up there. There we go. So Blurple not taking it tonight. Red, blue, Neo Zeong. All right, so we got Ben and Ty. Ty on our right, Ben on our left. Swift D, what's up? What is going on? Welcome to the Circuit Locals. Yeah, no Amro. The early Amro pair on the Rizal in that game, I think kind of told us what we needed to know out of the end result. Okay, Rick Diaz, Nail Argama, and another Rick Diaz. So Ricardo, full effect Ricardo, and a turn A. That's not a card you see being played very often. As good as the hype was coming into the set with turn A being able to take anything, we don't see a lot of play out of it, and that kind of sucks because you want that card to get played, you know. So Unicorn going into that Ale Strike link, not going to block with the Silver Bullet, so that's fine. Yeah, Swifty, join in next time. Join in our next time. Our next locals, because we are only doing every 2 weeks, our next locals will be on June 9th. June 9th. And I'll post that up probably tomorrow in the Discord and all over Facebook. We'll do local signups June 9th. Or sorry, we'll start signups tomorrow for the local on June 9th. Yeah, I think turn A is going to get better. I agree. All right, so it looks like the Striker Pack token swung in and he blocked with the Silver Bullet. So dwindling down the board. I think the best use of turn A right now has been that blue-white aggro list that people are playing. They're basically rushing down with the blue-white weenies and then turn A for something random, you know? 2v2. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. We're starting to talk about how to do league here on Discord. So we'll have pods and, you know, round robin tournaments. Yeah, free for alls. That could definitely be something. I think doing a special tournament with the EB set that's coming out because it's free for all based is going to be something popular. I think we can probably get done. Like EB01 and ST, what is it, 10 cards only, free for all night tournament. All right, so this board state here, Ben's board state is full of blockers. Ricardo in effect here. So swinging in with Ricardo first. And he's going to allow that, so 3 on the base. And he's battling back here. Like, he's got to come out of the hole. But hopefully, I think he's hoping to get turn A to pop down. I'm hoping he has a suppression unicorn in his trash for it, but we'll see. All right, so Ty here. Ty is at level 9. So if we do see a Neo Zeon here, it could completely disrupt the game. Basically lock it in. But 2 cards in hand, we'll see how that works out, because it may or may not be there. And the way he's holding those, it looks like a link in his hand. That's just me though. I could be just getting excited over nothing. So taps 3 for a sword strike. Does he have the link? The hard part about this is that Ben has 2 blockers up right now. Ty has 3 swings, possibly 4, if he has the link. So Silver Bullet's going to go in either to Rick Diaz or the shield, or the base. Let's see what he does. Okay, so he's going to block with that one. Kshatriya going in now. You're right, 2v2 could be hard with the communication, but it's possible we get something done, you know. And Sanandru looks like he's swinging in on base now. No blockers up. 1 for the Kira link, and he snuck it in there. He waited for the blockers to block her up. Okay, and that's gonna do it. Ty's gonna get his win for the night. And I think that'll do it. We need everybody to report their games, and that'll do it for us tonight. So again, red takes it today. There we go. All right, so all matches reported. And we will end the tournament now. So, all right, so tonight's champion is Pink Jedi Guy with his red-blue Neo Zeon. Rooftop Mikey with Blurple coming in second. Ichigo. And then Easy Does It in fourth. Followed by Random Hero Exio with his purple-red CB. Shin, Tai, Chill Factor, Phoenix, and then Ben and our drop player there at the bottom for participation. So great event, great night. I definitely did not see Neo Zeon winning tonight, but hey, lots of red here at Circuit Locals today. Lots of them. All right, everybody. I mean, that'll be it. Another great event. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me and supporting the channel as always. Hit the affiliate links if you guys need anything. Also, keep watching, keep supporting. The channel is crazy growing, and we're only getting better. So we will be doing locals again on the 9th of June. I'll post those signups in the Discord probably tomorrow, and I'll put them up on Facebook so everybody gets a well ahead of time, and I'll post it throughout the next 2 weeks also. But hope everybody enjoyed the games. I definitely did. Starting off round 1 with a double suppression swing from CB, getting a 9 ping drop on Neo Zeong in round 3. That was pretty awesome. I think that we're getting some good things out of these. So I hope everybody's enjoying it, and I will catch you guys later. New videos dropping tomorrow as always. More locals events. I myself is playing Neo Zeong. But yeah, if nobody's got anything else for me, I'll catch you guys again soon. We'll be in the Discord after this, but hop in, say hi, and let's definitely hang out. All right, so I'll see you guys again soon.